Welcome to Plant a Garden TV. How you all doing today? All right, guys, we're gonna show you the growth. We're gonna show you what's going on with the weeds. We're gonna show you everything what's going on in this food forest. We're gonna show you there's tons of food growing in this garden. Tons of food, all different type of food we're growing. So we're gonna walk around from up to the top here, and we're gonna go right down to the bottom and come right back up in the center and show you what is actually going on. We're gonna show you the type of plants we're growing. We're gonna show you everything. All right, in this little bed here we have marigold growing around here. Marigold. We also have celery, more marigold. This is sweet stevia. This is rosemary. More marigold growing up here. We have the sage. We remove some of the plant from it. Like we cut them off and we transplant them. And they're doing really good so far. This is shisho growing up here. And this is lima beans, I think. Yes, this is a lima beans. And if you notice, it's spreading really nice, and it also now start producing. We also have another breed of sage here. The weeds them is growing so fast, guys, so we just doing what we can do. The good thing about these plants, they grow their vines and they run everywhere, so the weeds underneath gonna get a hard time to grow. So we're just allowing them to grow and spread themselves around. But it looks like we're gonna have a nice harvest from these beans. So this is basically lima beans growing right here. We also have a patch of edos growing right over here, up there. If you notice behind the fence, you're gonna see edos just growing. Between the edos, we have a little corn growing. We have sweet potato. But guys, the weeds them is just getting wilder and wilder every day. So we have edos, we even have okra. Our okra them start coming up now, as you can see. And the edos, we also use the edo leaf, the baby, the young edo leaf, and cook them. So we have sweet potato just performing itself right here, up inside here. Performing itself. What I'm gonna do with these edos, I'm just gonna take off their top so more sunlight can come in on the potato. Even you take off the top of the edo, they're still gonna grow, so that's not really a problem. So yes, guys, the weed is taking over. We have Jamaican sorrel coming up here. We have a lot going on, guys. Lots of plants. Follow us, guys. Stay tuned and watch the amount of plants we have growing. This is Jamaican sorrel. This is a herb. I can't bring the name right now. Seed and the leaf. This is seed and the leaf. Please check out what is seed and the leaf and learn about seed and the leaf. So all here we have the weeds. Them is really taking me for a ride, guys. Really taking me for a ride. We also have, this is a cucumber, small cucumber patch right here. I'm not harvesting them fast enough, plus the bugs eating up their leaf. We have corn growing there. Up in there we have potato, we have edos, but we got to clean up this area. Right now I'm giving you a tour. I cannot, every day I try to clean a little, because an organic garden is very hard to maintain. I can tell you that. Over here we growing border root. These are border root. So look and see how much plant I tell you so far. These are border root growing up here. This is a marigold. This is another herb right there. Can't bring the name right now. And right behind me here, What we have growing, we have peanuts growing. This is actually peanuts, and the peanuts start to push out flowers, so they're getting ready to start pushing peanuts, which is wonderful. We also have a mint right between them growing so lovely. So all this is peanut. This whole row is peanut. We also have squash growing up here, and these squash, they push out a lot of flowers, but most of the flowers was male. Most of the flowers was male. We now start to see a few females start coming out, but the most I was seeing is male. But most of these plants, this is what happened. They push out a lot of male, then later down you start to see the females start coming out. But the thing about it is, you want to make sure that the male is coming out with the female. Because if the male is not coming out with the female, it's not going to be no pollinators, no pollination happening. So what we see going on here, we definitely see we have pollination happening. So this is a good idea, good thing, because we see pollination is happening. So this is a squash coming from over here, and it's running itself going over here, and we see pollination happening, which is awesome. Same thing going on up inside here. We have lots of squash coming up in here, but most of them, only male I see they pushing out. But I'm sure later down we're gonna see more females start coming out. We also see the bees on the catmint. Catmint is a very good pollinator. It's showing you right here. Very good pollinator. It draws pollinators in your garden. Look, another bee there. So that's 2 bees right there. So okay, what we see now, we see the females start coming out, which is good. Once you see female coming out, you gotta be grateful, or you will have to be and pay attention. You gotta pay attention, because sometimes the male comes out and goes back. Then the female now comes out and the male gone. So sometimes you gotta pay attention to that very carefully. We also have another squash running over this side. So these eddos, it's running between the eddos. So what I'll do, I'll just take off the top of these eddos, that they could get some type of sunlight. Because I'm not trying to reroute them to go anywhere. They got to do their thing right now. Okay, so we see the catmint here, and the catmint is spreading like wildfire. Now, when we notice the squash back there that I told you was only pushing out male, now we start seeing female. We're seeing female coming out, and now the outer part looking really fresh and green. So we know we're gonna be getting some squash pretty soon. Okay, now this is a sorrel. This is one of my sorrel. This one was behind some plants that I couldn't see. I now saw them, and I cleared it away the other day, and yes, it blowing up now. It's blowing up now. So in here we have more peanuts going on inside here. This is more peanut. We have different type of mints. We have a hot pepper. We have shisho. All right. Okay guys, so far I've shown you a lot of different plants. All right, so in this area here, marigold, Jamaican, callaloo, it have a different name as well. But as you notice, you're seeing a lot of seed. They're growing real healthy and nice, but they're pushing a lot of seed. So what I'm doing, I'm pushing them over in a corner over there, that they could just grow up in an area. The good thing about it is their seed germinate in the spring and they come back. All right, so this was a bed that we had onions growing. Look, some of the onion now harvest there. So what we do now, we plant marigold. This for draw pollinators to the garden. This is shisho going on here. So this is what's going on, guys. It's good to have these plants in your garden because they pull pollinators. And this garden is very, you don't see pollinators like that. Because in these areas it's like, I don't know what's going on, but the pollinators is getting less and less every year. So I'm trying to pull little few that's around, and it's actually working for me. I try to create my own little area with plants that pulls pollinators. All right, so these are my bell peppers so far. And I'm not gonna joke, these bell pepper is doing really well. I didn't even recognize there's a bell pepper right there. I'm now start seeing bell pepper growing, actually growing in the garden. I now start seeing bell pepper, and when you see this start happening, man, listen to me. Even this one, now start to see tons of bell pepper. So pretty soon is gonna be a lot of bell pepper growing in this garden. So all this is bell pepper. In this area right behind me, what we have going on here, we have an Italian sweet pepper that starts shooting up in the air. We already harvest from this one already. And these are eggplant. These eggplant doing really well. So we have eggplant as well. We have a nice eggplant here, ready to harvest. Maybe I need to take it off. All right. We have lamb ears. That's lamb ears right there. We'll have cilantro. I think these are cilantro, yes. These are cilantro, and they start growing well. So I have to take up this plant that it can get sunlight. This is shisho. But I have so many, so I got to take it up and trade in the compost pile. Because you don't want these plants to shelter your plants them. All right, so let's go over this other side over here before we go down any further. We also have a nice little patch of edo here. All right, so this is another sweet pepper. As we can see, we already start seeing sweet pepper. So we're seeing sweet pepper, we're seeing, which is wonderful. More sweet pepper here. That's our banana, one of our banana plant. This is another sweet pepper. This is another hot pepper right here. It's the small, it turn red. Can't remember the name. It's so much plant, I can't remember every name. This one here is comfrey. This is comfrey, lots of leaf to harvest from this comfrey. We also have, these are burdock growing up right here. Damn, these burdock is massive. Look how they're spreading. These are massive. They grow well in this area. This is what I've learned about burdock. Burdock love shaded area. I've learned this about burdock. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because here we have them in a shaded area. Look how massive they are. And over there we have them in the full sun. And we're not getting that type of growth. These are things, guys, we study. We study our garden and we study our plants. This is long leaf spinach. Yes. Here our tomato is doing pretty well. We already harvest a crop already from our tomato. Yes, we harvest a crop already from our tomato. I'm gonna leave this one to ripen the other, so I'm not gonna harvest it, but they look healthy. I'm grateful I'm not seeing any bugs. I'm so grateful. This is another eggplant, which is pretty massive eggplant plant coming up from down there. Okay. Let's go down this side down here. Now we have another patch of squash. This is another patch of squash. Like I was saying, in the early part, what I've seen they push out a lot of males, but now I'm seeing female coming out. I even seen a squash over here. Let me see if I can show you. That's a squash right here. So the production is actually happening. We're seeing pollinators walking, and that's great. That's great news right here. We're seeing pollinators walking. We see it happening. So I'm just leaving these plants right here to do what they got to do, because so far they're doing pretty well. All right. This area here, this is hot pepper. I think it's habanero pepper. These are going over here. These are habanero pepper. These are a whole patch of bell pepper. Down inside here, we have a whole patch of edos. These edos is so tall. And we have a patch of sweet potato growing up down inside here. We have pigeon peas. This is our next pigeon peas. This is our next pigeon peas. So this whole patch down there is edos. Down to the bottom here, what we have down here as well, we have more eggplant. More eggplant. We're seeing a lot of flowers, which is great. And we're seeing the eggplants, them holding on. So if we're seeing eggplants holding on, this is good news. All right. So this is an apple tree right here. Not sure what I'm going to do with it, but I seem like I'm going to cut it down. We also have fig. This is a fig tree, growing nice, big, but so far, no flowers, no fig. But it's growing really, really nice. This is another fruit tree. This is another apple tree. But let's go over here before I go down to that side. All right. So much different plant, guys. This is shisho. This is bell pepper. These are tomato. This is a nice patch of tomato. We have ginger. We have mint. Bell pepper. We have cornflower. Different type of peppers. More eggplant. We have okra coming up here, small tomato. On this side over here, we have squash. These are some real beautiful squash. Their vines is running so nice and healthy. Yes, so when we walk over here, we see they're doing really well. So we ain't got much to do. We just leave them. What they're going to do, they're going to stifle the grass them that's growing under them. So this is where it run up right here. And it comes back down to the ground. So I turn it back this way. All right. So these things now start running. So you have to give them room. All right. So we have more pepper coming here. We have turmeric. Eggplant. We have, this is a marigold. It's growing like a tree. It's spreading like wildfire, but these are for just pollinators. Up in here we had cabbage, but we changed around our cabbage and we plant okra. So we have okra growing now. Okra, tomato, pepper, lemongrass, edos, all everywhere you turn, man. Let's go down this side, guys. This is another patch of edos we have growing up down here, and they're doing pretty well. I already give them that mold up that they need. So right now they will have to fend for themselves. Like I said, in between them, the weeds, they're gonna stifle out the weeds. So I ain't gotta worry about them too much. Okay, our blueberry. Well, basically this blueberry is planted for the buds, because the birds get more of their moat than me. So the blueberry is basically planted for the bird. We have sweet potato. This is sweet potato going over here. This is another raw sweet potato I now plant over this side. We have some squash. That was there stifling. Now saw them, so I cleaned them up. This is a kiwi. This is a kiwi growing up right here. Growing up really good. This is a cold hardy kiwi because it comes back every year. So that's wonderful. This is an avocado. This one comes back every year too, but I don't want them like, I want to protect it. So I'm gonna figure out a way how to protect it. This is another apple tree right here. This is another fig tree. And this is nectarine. This is a nectarine plant. That one over there is a plum. Let me show you. And here is our grape. This is our grape so far. There, this is grapes. When you look up underneath there, you see a lot of grapes coming on. All down to the bottom here, you see grapes. When you come over here, you see more grapes. Grapes everywhere up in there. I have a net I want to put over it because I'm trying to protect them, that I can get some grapes this year. Yeah, pretty nice. You see? All right, guys, so this is our grapes. This is our banana in zone 8. We actually have banana growing in zone 8. So let me take you down. Within the banana, we have arrows growing up inside here. This is an apple tree. This is potato, ready to harvest. This is something I try, because someone told me potato do well in this way. Plant them in the tire. When they start growing, you add the next tire and you add soil. So I'm gonna see. This is same thing here. Trying different things. This is orange pumpkin. This is actually orange pumpkin here. So I have the orange pumpkin growing here. That's more orange pumpkin on the ground. This is squash growing right here as well. And what I've noticed, I've seen there's a squash here. Okay. All right, there's a squash right here, you see? So, and there's a next one coming, right? Okay, all right. That's what I'm talking about. There's a next one. Oh, okay. All right, there's a next one right here too. Let me see if there's any more. So this is it, guys. When I plant these, I just leave them and let them do their thing. They get in great sun. You could see the sunlight on them right now. They get in beautiful sunlight. That's what's important. The sunlight, the sun is hovering over the garden right at this moment. We also have berry. This is berry. Let me see over there. Have a lot over there. Oh, I gotta go over there and get some of them. There's a lot over there. This is one. Okay, and in this tub we have orange pumpkin again. All right. So guys, this is a garden tour. This is a natural garden tour I have given you today. I hope you enjoy. I hope this can motivate someone to actually utilize their space. We have, this is a peach that grows up in the garden from the peach tree up there. This is the next one, and this is the next one. So that's 3 peach I have growing up in the garden. So thank you guys again for watching. Please like, subscribe and share. Peace.